If you are a new user on Airtable, you must have wondered at some point, is Airtable the right place for me to store my data, or should I go back to using my spreadsheet tool that I've already got set up on my computer? If that's a question you've been wondering about, then you've come to the right place, because today we're going to go through a series of feature sets within both Airtable and spreadsheet tools to really help you decide which tool is right for you. With the more advanced features, we're going to talk about 4 features about both Airtable and spreadsheets. My name is Cherry Yang, and I'm the founder of AirOps Consulting. We're a full-service Airtable consulting company helping our clients with all of their Airtable and Zapier needs. If you've got a database you want to build or a workflow you want to automate, then let's get on a call and see how we can help you. If you want to roll up your sleeves and master Airtable, our Airtable Bootcamp is going to give you all the knowledge, tools, and support for you to build your own awesome and scalable databases. You can sign up for the course or schedule a call with me at the links down below. The first thing we wanted to start with is buttons. It's a really great way to be able to make your Airtable base more interactive. We use this often in a CRM setting or in a project management setting, whether it's to start a timer or log an interaction with a customer that we're talking to. It just makes it that much more intuitive to use for our clients. The second thing we want to talk about is the automations that you can set up with Airtable. You can send emails, you can manipulate data in different ways, and they're all really easy to set up. There's no code required. You can click, plug, and play. Our team sets up a lot of automated emails for our clients using the Airtable automations and a lot of automated workflows to make things easier. Let's say if you've got an approval process and the client has submitted comments or feedback, what you can do is set up an automation to send an email to your team member notifying them that your client has a comment on the work that they did. We expect this integration feature to grow over time with more and more tools. The third thing we really love within Airtable is that you can take an entire table of data and put it into a different workspace and have it update automatically. With a few clicks, you're able to sync one base to another. This is also incredibly important because it creates a single source of truth for your data. A lot of our clients struggle with using multiple different spreadsheets to manage their workflow. And at the end of the day, our clients sometimes don't have a good sense of which source has the most updated data because their team has been uploading a piece of information in spreadsheet A and then another team member had been updating the same contact in spreadsheet B. So sometimes it creates a mess of your data. And to have a synced database means that you can only manipulate that data in one place and one place only. Everywhere else you sync that table to is a copy of it, and you can maintain your single source of truth. The fourth important one, and the last one we're going to talk about, is the apps. In apps, you can download all sorts of functionality that can extend the use case for your Airtable. For example, installing reporting using little charts and graphs, or you can install scripting apps to implement a time tracking system with a start and stop time button. There's a lot of possibilities when you have an apps space. We have clients who use both Shopify and Airtable, and it's great to be able to see clients take advantage of the Shopify App Store. In the future, we hope that Airtable will also do a similar thing where there's going to be lots and lots of companies and individuals building apps for Airtable and on top of Airtable, so we can extend the functionality of Airtable beyond what is possible today. Of course, we can't forget the advanced features in Excel. The first feature we'd like to talk about is conditional formatting within Excel. It's incredibly useful to be able to change the color of a different cell based on certain conditions, and you can create heat maps based on the different numbers or metrics you're capturing. The second thing I still love about Excel is the hotkeys, and not having to use my mouse or rely on my mouse very little. I find that it's so easy for someone who's well versed in Excel to not have to use a mouse, whereas I'm just not as used to the shortcuts within Airtable. Sure, the Control-C, Control-V copy paste is the same, but in spreadsheets, the ability for hotkeys is just so much more all-encompassing. The third thing we love about using spreadsheets as a power user is being able to insert a chart or a graph into the document or presentation or PowerPoint that you're working in. And let's say you had to go get approval for this presentation or PowerPoint, and your manager or team lead or C-suite executive comes back to you and says, oh, we actually need to adjust the numbers. You can adjust the raw data within Excel and then update the information directly within your presentation. So you don't have to download or take any screenshots and then repaste it in there. I think that integration between Google Sheet and a presentation, or Excel file and a PowerPoint, is really powerful in terms of saving time and reducing mistakes. The last thing we want to share on spreadsheets is the ability to record macros. This is incredibly useful, especially for someone who is not all that technical. You can essentially do a recording of all the steps that you want Excel to do for you, and then the next time you run that macro, it's going to do the same thing. A somewhat equivalent feature Airtable has would be the automations feature, where you can set up different logic and triggers and different steps to process that data automatically. But the two have slightly different functionality. Overall, we think spreadsheets are here to stay. They're just so ingrained in a lot of companies' workflows and management and tracking systems. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But we really believe, after working with so many clients, that sometimes with the kind of data or tracking that our clients do in Excel, it's really going to have a better home within a relational database tool like Airtable. Another really great use case for Airtable would be any kind of matching or marketplace that you're trying to set up. Let's say if you're trying to match up teachers with students and there needs to be a one-on-one relationship created somehow, or if you have some volunteer shifts or call shifts that you want your team to sign up for, and different people who could be signing up for those shifts. So it's really great at handling the more complex and matching/marketplace type of use cases. I would definitely say if your team is not open to adopting new tools or solutions or systems, then by all means stick with Excel. And especially if your data is simpler, then a spreadsheet tool will serve you much better. Whereas if you do have some really complex workflows that you're managing, give Airtable a try and it might just become your best friend. And if you really can't decide, then you can go ahead and use your Airtable and use your Google Sheets, and at the end of the day, use a tool like Zapier or Integromat to integrate the two. Thanks for joining us in this video. My name is Cherry Yang, and we at AirOps Consulting want to thank you for investing in your own knowledge base and learning with us. There are even more great lessons and content in our Airtable Bootcamp training course. You can sign up for the course at the links down below. If you need a little extra help with your project or just want to hand it over completely to the professionals, we can help our clients with all of their Airtable and Zapier needs. You can schedule an initial consultation call with me with the links down below as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You don't want to miss this next video.